Hello, welcome to week 4 of the instruction on the opening and filling of the 8 extraordinary energy vessels. My name is Jim Moltzen. I'm one of the master level instructors affiliated with Zen Wellness and the Masters Council. And let's just go into a little bit more of the detail on what the 8 vessels are and why we practice them during this time of year. So as we know, you would know through past instruction and lessons, lectures, that there's the 5 elements. The 5 elements connect to the 5 seasons of the year and also to the energy of the organs, the organ pairings. So if we look at summer, early summer specifically, it's veins and arteries. And then that connects to traditional Chinese medicine with the meridians, the 8 extraordinary meridians to be specific. So if spring was about connective tissue, early summer is veins and arteries, late summer would be muscles, fall would be skin, winter would be bones. So if we've delved into this in the past, how each of the seasons, each of the elements, each has its own correspondence to the other elements. For example, you have fire of fire. That's where we're at right now. We're in the fire phase of the fire season. You also have wood of fire, and then metal of fire, earth of fire, winter of fire, or not winter, water of fire. So just to know those correspondence will make some logic behind what we're trying to accomplish with these movements. Because even though we're doing the 8 vessels exercise in early summer, it will affect the bones, it will affect the skin, it will affect the muscles, it will affect the connective tissue, in addition to the veins and arteries. So we're going to do a little bit of a review of what we've done the last couple sessions. I'm going to add on another set, and then I'm going to get into some detail of the philosophy between yin and yang, and how yin and yang presents itself in all things, but even more specifically in the set of exercises that we're going to do. So let's get started. We'll do the review of the beginning Qigong exercises. We start with our feet together and then feet apart. Soften your hips, soften your knees, soften your shoulders. Arms come up in front to make a big heart shape. So there's the heart with the 2 arches at the top. We meet in front of the real heart muscle. We push down. So it ends up being the shape of like a heart-shaped lollipop, if you will. Arms up, chin up. All the details of instruction start at the top and we work our way down. So if the arms are up, the chin is up, the eyes are relaxed. Just enough, focus to be able to see what we're doing, but not that we need to strain hard to have a real sharp focus. Just let the eyes relax, the eyelids relax. So inhale, arms up, chin up, eyes relaxed. Chin down, let your back slightly round. So each time we do this, again, we're working our way down. So if this is all at the top, when our head goes up, we can arch our lower back, the lower spine. As we come down in front, our spine is more neutral. By the time we push down, my back is slightly rounded. So I go from having 3 arches, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, to basically 1 big arch going the opposite direction. So that gives us a wave of movement up and down the spine. So throughout my instruction, I like to offer some of the physiological aspects of what we're doing. So it's not just, okay, do this exercise and, feel the benefits without knowing why you're getting benefits from it. So the movement of the spine with the arching and the rounding helps to get the cerebral spinal fluid moving more up and down in that space. That helps the brain. It helps clean the brain. And one of the functions, the lymphatic system is what it's called, is to have that cerebral spinal fluid clean out different things in the brain and in the spinal column. So again, here we go. Palms up, chin up, eyes up. Arms down, chin down, eyes slightly down. So we're still working our way down. When we come up, we squish the tongue in the roof of our mouth as we're breathing through the nose. When we breathe out, the tongue drops to the bottom of the mouth. All breathing through the nose as much as possible. So if this is opening and expanding, this would be closing and contracting of the lungs, squishing the diaphragm. Relax the diaphragm, relax the abdomen muscles as to breathe in. Squish the diaphragm, the abdomen muscles as we breathe out. So again, the hips. We get the hips moving. That helps when we arch our back to get the spine moving. Then the hips move back, the chin drops. That helps, again, facilitate that wave. So shift forward, breathe in, shift back, and breathe out. The thighs are gently squeezing, as if to hold a beach ball between your thighs, just enough tension to hold it up. Breathe in, breathe out. When you shift forward, try to become aware. Your big toe, your little toe, the ball of your foot. Halfway down, you're flat on your foot. As you push down, shift the weight towards your heels. So it's not like you need to lift your toes and heels as we're doing this. Just feel where the weight is distributed as you shift. So we're going to do 2 more of these, because this was just supposed to be a review, and then we'll move on to the next one. Breathe in, and breathe out. So from here, I'm going to shrug my shoulders and then drop the shoulders. Sink your hips, scoop up something from off the ground as you interlock your fingers. We come up to center, and you start to straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Arms separate, let your shoulders drop, let your hips drop. Hands gather in, and as if you could squish your chest, your sternum, your solar plexus, your navel, you pull those back. Lock your knees and elbows. So this offers us, it's a moving Qigong exercise, but it's also how to have some coordination. Corresponding limbs are either bent or straightened. So here everything's straight. Your shoulders up, down. Now I bend. Bend the wrist, elbow, shoulders, the hips, the knees, the ankles. As I come up, I straighten those same areas. Straighten the knees, straighten the elbows. Drop your shoulders, elbows, hands. Drop your hips, your knees, your ankles. Gather in the breath and breathe in. Lock your knees, lock your elbows as you breathe out. So again, we're just reviewing these. You're going to do it one more time, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So up with the shoulders. Don't hang around like this. Don't walk around the house like this. It's not where you want to stay. It's just a stretch. And then reach down. Same way, you don't stay in these positions. You move in and out through them. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And down and out. So to finish this particular set, I do this sequence of splashing my thighs, and then flicking my hands. My chin turns up to the left just to stretch the top vertebrae of my spine, and then drop the chin down in front. Same to the right. Splash, flick, chin up to the right, then chin down in front. Third one, breathe deeper, slower. Breathe in as you look up. Breathe out as you come down. So the hand gestures again, to the sides. Look towards one direction, up, and then down. Each time we're trying to breathe slower, deeper. Bring the blood and the oxygen back up to the arms, the top of the head. Straight up, breathe deep. Lock for a moment, your knees and elbows. Relax your knees and elbows. So again, just to give a little more information on what we're doing, last instruction, I threw up some of the graphics so you could see, different parts of the meridian system and the 8 vessels, and there are probably some other ones I did. So I'm the one who's produced a lot of the graphics in the book for the Journey Around the Sun. And if you're on Kajabi, there's probably about 10 or 15 of my books that are illustrated guides that cover a lot of this information. I'm not a replacement for Zen Wellness. I'm a supplement to Zen Wellness. So I have videos that are on YouTube. You can look me up, Jim Moltzen. Come up Mind and Body Exercises. You can find my blog. There's the umareg.org. That's the blog for the Masters Council. A whole bunch of my articles come up on there on physiology and philosophy and explanation of the exercises, or you can find my site again. The blog is Mind and Body Exercises. So I bring this up because there's so much information that Zen Wellness with Grandmaster Leone and the others in the Masters Council that have presented over the decades of teaching, and it's been something I've kind of taken on as a task, is to document and illustrate a lot of the different exercises and a lot of the philosophies so that the information isn't lost. So I have 30-some books on Amazon if you want to look me up on there too. Some of you have the big thick handbook. So just a little plug of what I'm trying to do with my task and preserving the knowledge so that future generations will be able to use it. So if we keep going with the instruction of the 8 vessels, I'm going to go through it one time, what we've done so far as a review, and then I'm going to ask you to start to look to see the yin and yang, the contrast, the opposition in most of the exercises. The 8 vessels is not Tai Chi, but it has some Tai Chi principles in it. Tai Chi draws from the Taoist concepts of the yin and yang. And yeah, so as I start to go through this, again, look at some of the past videos so you'll see the progression of where we're at with it now. So we begin, feet together. I'm going to take a big heart-shaped breath, like a cleansing breath, clear my thoughts. Gives me a moment to pause and think about what the next exercise is that I'm going to do. So I need to stand where I have at least this much room to the sides and front and back so you're not running into the walls or anything. So 8 vessels set number 2 is what we've been working on. So feet together, turn your right hip out. Lift your left leg. So as to lift the leg, place it down on the ground in a T, like so. So the feet make a T. Draw the right leg back. So you're about shoulder width plus a little bit more, shoulder width and a half. And if you can, your back foot is making the shape of a number 7. So my arms come up to shoulder height, and like I'm opening up curtains, I look to the back, I look to the right, scoop up, look towards the left, or the front, depending upon where you're facing. So to turn, I lift my heels, and I just pivot to the opposite side. So now my feet on this side are again in the T. My right leg, my foot, my knee, my hip, my shoulder all make a line or a post. And then my arms line up above that. So when we did that scoop, this is a bit of the embracing the pearl. That's the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, all twisting with a little bit of tension. You're going to see that happen quite a bit throughout this set. So keep that in mind. Another concept we're going to draw on a little bit more of this class is catching the ball. So anytime I say catch the ball, it's going to be like the yin-yang blocks that are about nose height and navel height. And basically you're either blocking your face or your groin, but for our purpose, we're going to go nose and navel. Okay? So again, let's go back to the review. We got feet turn out, step into the buckle stance. Left knee, foot, shoulder, hip, all make a line. Open the curtains, embrace the pearl with both hands, double palm strike. Relax your shoulders, sink into your hips. Turn to the other side. Your eyes get there first. If you need to, you adjust, put the body in the right position. Going from the feet, the waist, the arms. Now we're up at the arms. And again, double palm strike. So here, the next step is where I talk about the embracing of the ball. Our feet, still in a T, but now the heel comes up on the left foot. Take your arms and embrace the ball facing towards the front, straight ahead where we're going. So from there I squish, and then my hands split. Kind of like a white crane spreads its wings or brush knee exercise. Same on the other side. All these sets are bilateral. Do them on both sides. Catch the ball, squish the ball, split the ball. Fingertips together, thumb is triggered, relax your shoulders, sink into your hips and waist. Next set, toes in, knees in. So this hand that's up by our face, it's going to start to serve more of a purpose as we continue the next couple sessions. So right away from here, it's going to be a block, like a block from the knife edge of your hand down to your elbow. And then scoop, embrace the pearl, another knife edge. Embrace the pearl, go in the other direction, and then knife edge or chop. So my toes in, knees in, double chop to both sides. So the first one we'll do is looking towards the left. We go to the next one, we'll look to the right. Again, very much a concept of yin and yang in opposition. If there's a left, there's a right. If there's a top, there's a bottom. So as we, again, continue to go further, I'm going to talk more about how yin and yang plays with this. So where did we leave off? We just had ba, toes in, knees in, looking to the left. Now we go toes out, heels straight, drop your hips, splash, back, splash, forward. Hands come up in front. Now again, we have that double embrace the pearl. You wait until the last part to pull your hands back. So the fingertips are going to be pulled down, shoulder, you're pushing out, but then relax. Let the shoulder drop, let the elbow drop. So it's horse stance, iron arms with hands open, embrace the pearl, look to the right, palm, fingertips down. Relax the shoulders, sink into your hips. So this again would be facing the opposite direction. The next exercise, from here is going to be slapped. Twisted stance. Your feet again are somewhat like a T, but really what you're focusing on is twisting your hips. Back heel up. Arms again, iron arms, embrace the pearl out to here, double palm strike. Shift your weight towards the heel that's up so that your spine is more straight from your chin down to your tailbone. To get the other side, again, my eyes turn first, slap, eyes turn again with the head, palms up, iron arms, embrace the pearl as we reach out, fingertips down. So the next exercise, we step forward. We're drawing a big circle. We reach up to the ceiling, we sink down to the ground, the arms continue to circle, big circle like you're looking through a telescope or a tube, the hands split. So lower body, empty stance or cat stance. Your hands up top, looking through a telescope. Take your left hand and you turn your pinky towards you. So it's kind of like a reverse chop. Instead of chop this way, you're pulling the fingers down towards the pinky. From here, hold that tube, just like again, you're looking through a telescope, but instead of the fingers this way, they turn that direction. So we got the feet in the right spot, you dip your hips, you dip your shoulder, your hand, your eyes look towards your hands. So that's a crescent moon. That's what we can call that. Toes up, toes in, there's ba. Toes out, there's bagua, feet go in the same direction. Same thing, big circle, down, sink down. Right about here, your foot goes to empty stance. You get the hands in a circle. Not only the hands make a circle, but the arms make a circle. You split, take that palm, turn it up, pinky finger towards you. Okay? Again, square up, straight ahead, reach up, sink down, shift the weight onto the right leg, hand by your ear, hands come out. It's the same concept. Look through the tube, turn the palm. If this is all fine, your right leg is weighted. Try to balance on one leg by pulling your foot in next to your knee. Set the foot down. A little bit apart's fine for now. Reach up, sink down, circle around, split. Hand by your eye, other hand out, stand on one leg. So that's as far as we've gone so far. The last couple exercises, I want to turn the opposite direction so you can see what it looks like from the other point of view. So we would have done, let's take it from here. Here's the double chop, toes straight, heel straight, splash, splash. Iron arms, double palm strike upside down. So I'm going to turn towards my left first. Twisted stance. Look towards the left. Relax your shoulders, sink into your hips. Turn the other direction. Look towards the right. Just slap straight down. Twisted stance to the right. Embrace the pearl. Fingers down. All right, now I look to the left. Step to the left. My feet are about shoulder width apart, like the Bagua stance, equal weight. But now I shift. Big circle, shift to the left, shift to the right as you sink down. Hands continue to circle. Empty stance with the feet. Split the circle, turn the palm, dip your spine to the left. Opposite direction, toes up, toes in, toes out for Bagua. Big circle, circle around, empty stance. Crescent moon with the arms, dip your shoulder. Square back up. So I reach up, I sink down, left hand by my ear, comes out, look through the tube, sink down on the right leg, try to stand on one leg. Set the foot down, circle up, squat down, hand by your ear, look through the tube. If you can balance, lift your leg up. All right, the next exercise set the foot down, step out, turn into a bow stance. It's a bit of a bow stance like, I call it the Kung Fu bow stance, where your feet are on the same line, your toes are on the same line, you pivot towards one leg, and then you bend your right hip, knee, and foot, while the other one stays straight. So here's another spot where we're gonna catch the ball. Catch the ball, nose and navel, yin-yang blocks. Squish the ball. Hand by your ear, other hand by your leg, and again, here's that looking through the tube with the palm up position, pinky towards you. To get the other side, pivot on a ball of your feet. Catch the ball again. Squish the ball. Hand by your ear, your eye, other hand by your leg. Look through the tube. Sink into your waist. So let's try that one again. I'll face towards you this time. So if we just finished, right leg up, right hand up, I set the foot down so as to not just fall into the stance. I set it down and then step out. Pivot to the right leg bent, left leg straight, embrace the ball, squish the ball, split the ball, look through the tube. You notice this hand and arm are in the same line as my leg. Your back is relatively straight at this point. Pivot on the ball of your foot, catch the ball, squish the ball, split the ball. Look through the tube, sink into your waist, look towards the bottom hand. Okay, so that's bow stance. In the regular 8 vessel set, that would be where ride the tiger comes up, ride the tiger. But here we're doing, looking through the telescope or through the tube. So the focus on that set going through now is going to be, catch the ball when we're doing those, shapes or those positions. And then we're going to try to see where the yin and yang part, the yin and yang concepts and philosophy come up in each step. So back to the beginning, turn to the right. So very much yin and yang. You have opposite directions with your feet. Opposite directions. If you're going to look right, we're going to look left. We go to the other side, opposition. You're going to do same thing. Look left, look right. We have the lower body positions. We have the upper body positions. Lower body, both limbs are doing something different. One is bent, and the other is straight, going different directions. Right here, catch the ball. We have one side being our yin. Spin the ball this way. You do the other side, it'll be the corresponding. One arm is vertical, the other arm somewhat horizontal. Again, oppositions. Same on the other side. T-stance, catch the ball, split. Very much like Tai Chi with brush knee, or divide heaven and earth, all different examples. We got one arm straight, the other bent in 2 different planes. Block, scoop. So we have a right side, we have a left side. If this is one side of the yin-yang, we have the corresponding side doing horse stance. Goes from ba to horse stance. All right, so we're going to twist. There should be a slap in there. Promotes circulation to the thighs, doing the slapping motion. Double palm strike. So again, we got one side, we got to do the corresponding opposite side. So the next step, very much in Tai Chi form, I'm going to adjust this a little bit. So we're going to step through, instead of doing the big circle up and down from here, I'm going to do push and then roll back. And then from there, push, roll back, ward off. Here's the hands. They're right in the right spot to do the crescent moon position where we dip. To get to the other side, toes in or toes up, toes in. Again, push, roll back. On the way back, you do ward off, and you pierce. And then the hand is in the right spot and comes over to the side here. Same thing's going to happen on the next one. So again, we got the big circle, that's fine. But it's going to be ward off, pierce. Stand on one leg. Start to circle, push, roll back, ward off. Rooster stands on one leg. Set the foot down. Catch the ball. So this is the yin-yang shape, and then opposition, doing 2 different hand positions. One arm is straight, the other is bent. One knee is bent, the other is straight. Opposite side, same thing. Catch the ball, squish the ball, opposition. Bring the back foot in so you can stand up, take a deep breath, and reset for a moment. So that's as far as we're going to go today with the sets. I want to go through one more time the whole sequence where we hold each of the postures for 3 deep breaths. And this kind of gets us initiated to a holding process, because in the next couple classes we'll start to do what's called 5, 5, and 5, where you do 5 sets going through the routine just to kind of get in a good spot. Each position is very detailed. You do another 5 times going through where you hold each position for a predetermined amount of time, say 20 seconds or 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, whatever. We'll start off 20 seconds probably for each position. And then the last 5 times you go through a little more quickly for reflex and circulation and get the blood moving once again and get the muscles moving. So one more time through as we've been doing it. I know I threw a bunch of new stuff in there. We'll try to review it as we go, and then holding each position for 3 deep breaths. So I'll give you the cadence and you follow along the best that you can. So back to the very beginning, heart-shaped breath, breathe in and breathe out. Turn to the right, lift your leg, reach, look back, look to the front hand, adjust whatever you need to. Make sure your foot, your knee, your hip, and shoulder all in the same plane. Okay, deep breath, breathe in, and breathe out. Relax your shoulders, sink your hips, breathe in, and breathe out. Lift your heels, opposite side. Reach, look both directions, back, front, sink your shoulders, sink your hips. 3 deep breaths, breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. In, out. Up on the ball of your foot, T stance. Catch the ball, nose and navel, squish, divide heaven and earth. One arm straight, the other bent, relax your shoulders, sink into your hips. 3 deep breaths, breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out. In, out. Left side, opposite of what we just did. Ball the foot up, catch the ball, divide heaven and earth, sink into your shoulders, sink into your hips. 3 deep breaths, breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. Hand to your hip, block from the knife edge to your elbow, block, reach, scoop and chop. Scoop and chop. So the 3 deep breaths aren't just, you're not just holding 3 deep breaths, you're trying to relax and reevaluate and reflect on your body position as you're doing it. So don't just get into, 3 breaths. Try to think of each breath as getting the body into a better, more exact, more relaxed position. So we've already done 3 breaths there in the time I was talking. Toes out, heels straight, drop, splash, splash. Fingers pull down, relax your shoulders, sink into your hips. 3 deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out. And breathe in, breathe out. Splash, turn, iron arms, embrace the pearl. Shift to the hip that has the heel straight up. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax your shoulders, sink into your hips. Breathe in, and breathe out. In, out. Turn your head, eyes get there first. Splash, turn, eyes get there first. Twisted stance, arms extended, fingers down. 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, and breathe out. In, out, in, out. So I'm going to scoot back just a hair so that to make the next step a little bit more easy to see. Push, roll back. That's also called lift the shutter, pierce the window, but we'll call it ward off, right? And then the hands just turn around, look through the tube, crescent moon, sink. 3 deep breaths. In, out. In, out. in, out. Get the other side, toes up, turn into ba. Turn out into bagua with the feet, push, roll back. T-stance, ward off, pierce. Turn back, look through the tube, crescent moon. 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. Square up a bit with your feet, knees, and hips. Big circle. Crouch down. Again, lift the shutter or ward off. Pierce. This time, rooster stands on one leg. 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. Set the foot down. Apart's fine for now. Big circle, ward off, pierce. Look through the tube. Rooster stands on one leg. 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. Set the foot down. Place it. Bow stance, one knee bent, one lock, catch the ball, squish the ball, split the ball. Look through the tube, relax your shoulders, relax your hips. 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, out, in, out, in, out. Lift your heels, pivot on the balls of your feet. Again, it's not your Tai Chi bow stance, it's more like a Chinese Kung Fu bow stance where your toes are on the same line. Catch the ball, squish the ball, split. Look through the tube. Your hips are a bit on the corner. Your shoulders are square with the front. Look through the tube, 3 deep breaths. Breathe in, and breathe out. In, out, in, out. Bring the weight from your back leg in. Face the front, again, splash, flick, deep breath. Push the breath down and out. Again, to the opposite side, breathe in, a little bit slower, and breathe out. Straight up, pull the ball down. This time you turn your neck to the left as you push down and breathe out. And that's kind of a way to close up the set, closes the energy from going too much to the brain, trying to bring the energy back down to the lower dantian. So again, hopefully you got some more things to work on with this particular session. Review the last classes so that they can make sense, as you continue to go forward. Next couple classes, we're going to focus a bit more on, like I said, holding some of the positions for however many times through. And then there's also going to be a little more emphasis on that block that we did from Ba, where we were in the divide heaven and earth, and then there's a block, and then the scoop. That block is going to come up later as we start to do some of the twisted steps. We turn, block, block, catch the ball, block and turn. So again, farther into it, we got a total of 8 weeks before we finish up the set. That's a lot. Take a deep breath, enjoy, be well, be safe.